So you guys remember that rap, Oil on the Shores, we all did? And me and John Forte. They say it's oil on the shores. Blackfish, 6 million ways to die, including this, right? So what we have is a war over oil again, right? There's lots of funny memes about America taking over nations for oil, right? In Generation X, we laugh about it. We think it's funny. But they killed Stanley Meyer uh, in a coffee diner for trying to give you the water powered car. Remember, it was on the news. The Pentagon might be interested in using water powered cars for tanks, right? Remember that? They said it on the news, right? So he got enough spillover with hydrogen with a small amount of power input, right? So that's the beauty of hydrogen. You can have it on demand. You can have a water powered car and drive across America on 17 gallons of water. So, what gives? Why are all these innovations being suppressed? Why are these inventors being offed? Well, big oil likes to sell its product. So, big oil uh, wants to be important. It's literally a terrorist. Okay? Think of it like that. Hey, you're doing this battle for oil in the Middle East. Well, big oil's a terrorist, right? They will poison people who invent new things. So that's what's been going on for years and years. They've been blocking all your patents. Innovation has been stalled by the idiocracy. If it's a plutocratic corporate gynocracy, well, remember that word corporate. That means corporations want to sell their product. This is a government for corporations, not for the people. It's not for your benefit. It's for profit for corporations who took over your government, right? So, right, attacking Iran for Israel is 2381 treason, aiding the enemy. So, Trump and Hegseth are going to continue with their treason, doubling down on their treason, attacking Iran even more. Right, so that's the problem. Americans are being used as war fodder, and you have poor leadership. Hey, they're inept. Not only do they not know what they're doing when it comes to military strategy, well, they're compromised by a foreign government, and Hegseth is exposed to be doing insider trading for future conflicts. Okay, so he's making money off of future wars that he knows about that are going to go down because they're creating the conflicts, right? We're going to put money into this corporation since they're going to be backing us up in our war that we created. So that's what Eisenhower warned about. Who was the last five-star? Dwight D. Eisenhower warning about the military-industrial complex, right? It's not doing ethical behavior. That's not how America is supposed to behave. It's supposed to have a non-interventionist foreign policy like Ron Paul talks about. So what happens after I fire Trump and Hegseth for 2381 treason, aiding the enemy? Well, nobody heard me, right? You live in a world where no one can hear you, right? The tyrant's going to continue with their behavior. The narcissist continues until you tell them no, right? In this case, a martial narcissist. So you like to pretend that you're God on the world stage, Donald Trump, right? What's going on is Israel wants to use Americans as war fodder, right? They have quotes about this. Albert Pike has a quote about World War III in 1871 about how the Zionist is going to use the Christians and get them to fight with the Muslims. They want them to wipe each other out, right? So that's what Israel's doing. They took over the U.S. government. They're getting the dumb American Christians to wipe each other out with the Muslims while they use America as a piggy bank, getting lots of money from America since they took over the government, right? So that's what's been going on, right? They're very brazen about how they feel you have no power, right? They feel they can take out your president like JFK. You're totally subservient to them, America. That's what they're saying. You're subhuman goyim, okay? So we have religious narcissism here and martial narcissism, right? Back to back. Fancy that. You're not supposed to allow psychopaths to be leaders, though, anymore. So in Generation X, I consolidate leadership, military leadership at least, if you want nationalism to continue, since it's irrational tribalism, right? We should be waving the authentic Earth flag and be that evolved by now, right? But we're not. We still have different colored flags, and we like to go to war with each other because our different colored flags. So Earth's in its adolescence with its leadership. You never had any till I came around, the first noocracy representative, right? Global guardian, I look after all the nations equally, right? Who's going to look after you? Who's going to raise the adults after you took my parenting as a parental narcissist? Well, I guess I have to raise the boomers, right? Since they're putting you into World War III. Trump was never actually president in Generation X. We started a new country in Cascadia. I was president of the West Coast, right? Right? You can start a new country, but does anyone hear you? If your media is controlled by a foreign power, no. Nobody hears you, right? Journalism died. Journalists don't hear you. They're biased. They've been nationalized. They only talk about America, right? Who are you voting for on the next midterms 12 years after America ended? That's what they want to know, right? So it's not about who the next election is, right? Who you voting for in the next election to change things? Because we found out what the majority wants. Any group at random will vote they prefer the smartest be their leader over the most popular candidate. That means all your elections worldwide are essentially irrelevant. You're instead trying to find somebody smarter than I am. The last 12 years to no avail. You're still having cognitive dissonance that I'm the smartest, right? You're still in denial, the first stage of grief, that I'm the smartest, that I'm your new government. You're not the smartest. You're not the new government. You're not wearing a tie. Where's your badge? Right? You lead every military. What a joke, right? So that's what they're going to say in the idiocracy, right? They want to attack the alpha male protector of the group so that they can mate, right? So the beta male wants to knock me down a peg so he can have 5 seconds of fame as a celebrity narcissist, and he wants to bone my girl, right? My potential girls. So that's what's going on. Everyone is insecure about their show.